Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. My man, Kazuma, my man. Yeah. What he said. What he said. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Wow, look at this asshole. He has his own fan. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? The fuck does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that! What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank?
Yes, it has.
Ryunosuke / Sam's farts are just constantly blowing.
Damn, my emote didn't work.
Real homies always help each other get off.
Brian, please purge me. No. You have to live with it. Okay. Prosecutor Payne is in this one too.
You couldn't live with your failure? And where did that bring you? Back to me. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of right bumper. Why the fuck am I holding a controller in the courtroom? If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press R for the court record? All right, there's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with R. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back. Kazuma Asogi, 23, second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend, Gumble the Gumble in Japan. And despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. Yujin Mikotoba, 42, a medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University. He's an authority in forensic medicine and Kazuma's mentor. Takesuchi Auchi, 51, the lead prosecutor in this case, who would appear to have little love for the changes the Cultural Reformation has brought about. John H. Wilson, here he is, 47, the victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. So, remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press X to present. Try it now.
Yes! Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it.
This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities. Is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes. Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. Fucking great. I hope these guys kiss. There's so much tension between them.
My immersion?
Why is he telling me to press controller buttons?
Wait, you mean you don't bring your own controller with you to court, Sam Dance game?
But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is,
Lul.
I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. All right, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Time to look at our evidence. I'm starving Marvin right now. Yeah, I got a granola bar right here just in case I need to eat some foods.
They're having dinner. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Get 'em off, get 'em off. There, I can't English today.
Did he come on a Tuesday? Damn, Sam, why'd you murder that guy? He seemed nice. Hey, dude.
I was framed. I was framed.
University collar pin, proof that I'm a student at the Imperial Yume University. I always wear it on the collar of my uniform jacket. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was, damn, broad daylight? And was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Got it. The cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present.
Do it now.
Come on, I'm here. Kill me. Do it now.
Yes, yes.
According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it.
Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way.
Cool.
Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Do it now! Fucking rude ass. Where's the GSR report from testing the suspect's hands and clothes?
I don't know.
Why Ryunosuke so much like Sam? I know, right? Like I'm sweating and stuff, just like, ah! Looks at body, yep, guy is dead. Meanwhile, Sarah. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. Photograph a victim. A photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front in the chest and subsequently died. So that's a photographic print. Huh. That's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
It begins.
What the fuck was that? Before we get going?
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, The prosecution hereby calls its first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Ah! Of course! Nice!
When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Fucking physics looking ass. I love how he calls it out. That's awesome. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called The Carnival.
Why is there blood coming out of his mouth?
Why is my dad doing karaoke before noon? What on earth? Everything is all digital these days.
Damn kids!
Is there a fan facing him?
Where's the wind coming from?
Nah, it's just this Chad energy swelling around him that's causing the headband to do that kappa. Are you alright? You seem to be, coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, fuck you. Oh, perspiring, maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Jesus. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. To see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections, lawyer boy. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But...
The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized. Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly... For now, we must just... Jesus, I can't even English. Actually, wait, when can I ever English?
Take 3 or 4.
For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today? Yes. Without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table?
What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table.
Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed.
I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do?
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Master Sue, welcome back.
I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject.
Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you?
I suppose I am. I'd never have got into Yume University otherwise.
But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty.
All right, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just gonna shut my eyes and say it.
Yes! Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Objection, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw.
Hosonoga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
Oh my god, I don't believe it! I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to.
Yeah, he's right. Stop being a loser, Sam.
I'm being bullied.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
You guys enjoying this? I know this is not what I usually do, but I'm having fun, so hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves too. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Bullshit! Objection!
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Alright guys, this is the rest of the stream. Still going. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record.
Nice.
Great, my chat disappeared. Thanks, Sam. Is that blood?
I'm having fun. I'm glad to hear PR. I'm having fun. I'm so invested. I like turtles. I like these narrative-heavy games. Very fun.
Besides, the extra VA is. Ooh,
thank you, VR. Sam, please.
Sam, I just drove your Drivatar off the road, bitch. Wow. Wow.
Objection!
So, the court has now heard a process of the case. Yes. At the moment, the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotobo said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent.
I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Oh, Boom! The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Oh! It's getting heated! Indeed. Prosecutor Auchi, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well. Officer, bring forth your witnesses at once.
I'm eating. Good thing to eat too. Appreciate it, Naz.
Did you play the older ones on the DS?
I'm liking this game. Executing him, bro. Object to these nuts. Oh shit.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeants Ayasa Nosa reporting for duty, sir.
Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Ryunosuke, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Kaiurio, Korekuta at your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir.
This man's as impossible to understand as the other.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said.
Nope, never played Ace Attorney for show. I appreciate you being here, Naz. For additional context, the word on Ouchie's fan says guilt. Oh. I can't understand what this old man is saying. Me every MrSamKim stream. Oh wow. Oh wow. Rude. Rude.
Thanks for still hanging out, PR.
So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir! Yes, sir! Standing by ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, a cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. He said he was shot from the back, but he was definitely shot from the front. Sarah?
Yeah.
Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir, the cruel and unforgivable enemy. Why is it? You guys hearing that baby? Look, I keep on hearing. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. Oh, pardon me, I had too many prunes last night. Sorry about that, Your Honor.
Lol.
I thought that baby sound was you, lol. Oh, shit. Hold on, hold on. Totally, yeah, dude, fuck. I was keeping an eye on that ad break because I didn't want anyone to miss anything. Okay, all right, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna stretch while these ads play. I'll be back.